always. I just think that's just always important. But just kind of shorten it up some. I mean, unless y'all, as a group, ready to go ahead with the lesson, then we can go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm okay. Go ahead with the lesson.
Okay. Well, we'll go ahead. We'll go ahead with the lesson. So that's our half portion for today, Okay. Let me pull everything up.
Were you gonna put it up on the TV?
No. We're just gonna give you the scriptures and you kind of say, because the document might be too small. Then I'm gonna flow from the belly from the scriptures.
All right.
So we're gonna talk again about purpose. We talked the last week because what we trying to do. We're not just coming together just to come together. I'm gonna say that again, and I want y'all to understand me. We're not coming together to come together. It's a purpose behind why we're coming together. Because your purpose is your motivation for what you are doing. This is not just come to hear word and hear righteousness, because we are equipping each other to become what we was first declared to be. I'm going to say that again. We come to equip each other to become. First, you have to identify and say, I'm not there. Because a lot of times we like to say, I'm this and I'm that, I'm chosen and I'm ready. No. You're not. We're a far cry from that, but we come to get what? Equipped. We're not coming to make a name for ourselves. You're not in this walk to make a name for yourself, because the Most High will embarrass you if it's about that. So you must come with humility first, saying, you know what? I have to become what he told me I am. I got to become what he told me I am, right? So let's go to Genesis chapter 1. And some of the stuff, like I said, I ain't want to do no PowerPoint because I don't know completely where my belly gonna take. Let's go Genesis chapter 1. Let's start at verse 26. So this is what we got to understand. Then we're gonna go to Proverbs, Psalms 8. Genesis chapter 1, starting at verse. Start at verse 24. So when somebody get there, read that for me. And just keep reading till I tell you to start.
And Elohim said, let the earth bring forth a living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping thing, and beasts of the earth after his kind. And it was so. And we keep going.
Mm-hmm.
And Elohim made the beasts of the earth after his kind, and cattle after their kind, and everything that creeps upon the earth after his kind. And Elohim saw that it was good. And Elohim said, let us make man in our image.
So he created, watch what he did now. He created everything. Then he created the man. So he created what? His assignment first. Then he created him. So his work was already there before he was created. I'm going to say that again. His work was already there before he was created. Keep reading.
And Elohim said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness.
So we finna make man in our image and in my likeness. So everything that I am, I'm finna put in this man.
Mm-hmm.
And this woman, in this creation. This is what we got to get. Everything that he is, we are the offspring of Elohim. So we are little Elohims walking the earth. You're not a human. You're a spiritual being. And you got to produce from a spiritual mind. So everything you do has to be from a spiritual perspective, because you are a spiritual being. And you're the same essence that came from the Creator. So let's name some things about the Creator. Name some things about the Creator that makes him the Most High.
Omnipotent.
Omnipotent.
Omniscient.
Omniscient. So what is omnipotent? It's having what? All power. So we should possess a level of what?
Power.
But we are limited by our own thinking. You limit your power by the way you think because of the creativity that you have made of yourself. Let me say that. Watch this. You have been created, but you made your own creation of yourself that conflicts what the Creator created. Watch what I'm saying. You made your own creation. Now, when we'd have been double created. What happened in slavery? We became that creation, and then we made another creation that conflicts what the Creator creation is. What is that creation we'd have made? You are the sum of your decisions based off your hurt. You are the sum of your decisions because your personality can be shaped by what you have been through. Because what you make conclusions about what you have faced in life in order, because everybody move away from pain. So some of the things that we have created is a creation based off our own fears that have us operate in a carnal state rather than spirituality that came from the Creator, our God-like character. So this is what you got to recognize when the fleshly nature fights against the spirit, because your spiritual nature want to operate. That's why the gospel says that the Messiah had the spirit without what? So he had no limitations. He didn't allow present circumstances to limit him. Let me show you his thinking. Let me show you how he thought. Now, he ain't play neither. He ain't had time. Now, when you look at the Messiah, his drop game was very strong. What I mean by drop game, I ain't got time to play with you. You don't want to do this? I ain't even finna explain what I finna say. Eat my flesh and drink my blood. And he just walked off. Like, look at what? It's your flesh, you a man. I'm a vampire, drink your blood. He didn't explain it. What he said, those that have an ear will hear what? Not what I'm saying, but what the Ruach is saying through what I'm saying. That's why I learned I can't get so upset at family members, loved ones, different ones that ain't coming straight. And because to me, this ain't hard to understand. It really ain't hard. But when I know it ain't me that draw people, it ain't my intellect, it ain't my persuasion, but it's the Ruach that makes things come to life, then I got to back up. Because he said Israel would hear and not hear. And we getting mad because the scripture told us they ain't going to hear. We're looking like, that ain't hard to understand. You just heard what I heard. You saw what I saw. But what are we doing? Our own creation fights against the divine nature that we have. The Messiah, when he looked at a person with no eyeballs in their eye, think about how he walked with the Father. Because he knew what? All power was in the Father's hand. And one thing like me, let me do a service analogy. If you don't believe in the power of the Most High, then ain't no sense of you walking with me. Ain't no sense of you coming to class. Because I ain't going to just base the Creator just off a book. I believe what's in here. And I believe what he can do. So if he looking at this man and say, you know what? I'm going to pray for you and watch what's going to happen. He looked at a storm. Wasn't nobody doing this at his time. It was raging, going crazy. Can you imagine somebody looking at weather and speaking to it, telling it to stop? Because he knew what he had, the essence of Elohim in him, Yah in him. If he created these things, he gave some of that to me because what I'm in his image, I'm in his likeness. Now I say extreme things like the weather, but we're allowing a circumstance to overtake us. Well, we fearful and make decisions based off our fears when it ain't even happened yet. All the time. When you believing for something, you put your mind on something, let one thing go wrong, and you questioning everything that he told you to do now. Maybe I ain't one supposed to do this then, because it ain't gonna work, so I'm finna just stop because it ain't going the way I thought it was supposed to go. You think I'll be sitting in front of y'all and doing what I'm doing based off people? I would have been stopped. But you know, I know what he put in me. When you know, ain't that right, baby? You know too. When you understand and know that you have the creator essence in you, that should give you confidence for your particular specific assignment. Because when you in your element, can't nobody compare to you. When people spend time talking about you, that means what? They haven't found what they've been put on earth to do. Because when you in purpose, you ain't got time to be worried about everybody else. Now, the human part of us, we're going to worry about what people think, and that's natural. You know, man, we got to get over that. But what I mean by when I'm in my purpose, I'm not going to be worried about Brother Shakar doing this, Brother Shakara understanding what I'm saying. If he doing what he's supposed to be doing. I'm so focused on what the Most High gave me because I'm his offspring. That's what I'm going to get y'all to think. You his offspring. So anything that you've been destined and created to do, you can accomplish. Because the Most High said, I'm the Elohim like nobody else. I established the end from the beginning or before the beginning. Yep. So this is why you see the end before the beginning. It's like a painter. The painter see the end of what he's going to paint in his mind before he even start on the canvas. He see it. He perceive it. He understand what's in him that needs to be getting out. How do you take some from the spiritual realm and bring it to the natural realm? Through what? Faith. Your belief. Because the greatest thing that you can do to the Most High is believe him. But you want to hurt him? Doubt him. He said, I did all this for you all the way up until now, and you allowing this little circumstance right here to make you doubt me. Let's go to, it has some more on that? Keep going.
And let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps upon the earth. So Elohim created man in his own image. In the image of Elohim created he him. Male and female created he them.
So that creativity should be still going on all the way up until today. Because what did Messiah said? He said, I only see and do what my Father is doing. If my Father is healing, I'm healing. That's the relationship that I want to have with him. You understand what I'm saying? It's important. And this is why he said, when you have experienced me, you have experienced who? Now, let's take that back home. Can we say that by ourselves? Mm-hmm. We got to get ourselves out of all looking at code. A lot of times we look at the scripture, we looking at everybody else, or we looking at the people in the Bible. Oh yeah, when you experience Messiah, you experience the Father. And we just like, okay, yeah, that's good. All right.
But that's us.
But that's us. Yeah. Because we have been given a certain dominion that we're supposed to walk in. And we're going to go to that in a minute. That we're supposed to operate in as a man, and that we're supposed to operate in as a woman, and that we're supposed to operate as a nation. Mm-hmm. You ain't here just to not do nothing. So let's go to, so the important thing is to find and understand who you are, what you've been, your ability, and then find your dominion. Because he gave them dominion, and his dominion was here before he got here. Because what we're trying to do is to figure out how do we as an individual and a collective body supposed to effect this awakening. Because this awakening is happening. So what's my role? What do I supposed to be doing? What do I supposed to be connected to as a body to influence this culture? Because don't the awakening over here in America need some influence? These folks off the chain. It's off the chain. They need some influences. So how, with my background and my experiences, how can I influence it? What can I be connected to that influence it? Because Moses' assignment was to the people of Israel. All right. But then Aaron's assignment was over the prophet, but then first initially to Moses and to what he was trying to do. And also in your purpose, you might have people that give you wisdom that's not connected to you.
It's funny you bring up Moses.
Go ahead.
Moses and Aaron, because y'all realize that Moses wouldn't be able to take them to the promised land, and that Aaron had to finish the job.
Well, Joshua finished it.
Yeah, Joshua finished the job. But I guess what was interesting about what you just said is that everybody has their role to play, and y'all put certain ideas about creativity and about I guess plans in each one of us that everybody won't have.
Exactly.
That's the reason why there's a bigger fire on some of the things for you than it is for me, and vice versa. Because everybody has their own different fire. Your fire is for waking people up and putting out these videos as fast as you can. And I'm dealing with a fire that he's given me that me and my wife are challenged with, and we're trying to get that off the ground. But everybody has this role to play.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Everybody got a specific role to play to make up the body, to make us a organism. Go ahead, sis.
You know, he tells us when he's fashioned and formed us and placed us in our mother's womb, he gave us everything that we needed. So our purpose, like you say, was already inside of us. Now, how do we find that? If you go to the book of Jeremiah, he says, I know the plans that I have for you. Okay? So that means that until we get before him to get the blueprint for our life, you can't look here and you can't look there. If you're not going directly to him, he's the one that knows the plan.
That's right.
And so a lot of people come and they try to mimic and try to be what other people, or they're trying to get it from other people. But you can't get it from other people.
That's right.
You go straight to the master who got the master plan.
That's right. That's right.
You take that time with him, and he will begin to show you and give you the guidance and the direction of where you're supposed to go. But a lot of people want to skip that. They think they can get it from here. They get it from there. No, you got to sit and have your time with the master.
That's right.
And when you do that, he will then begin to show you what your plans are.
That's right. And I go back to what we were saying the other week. When a creator creates something, when he creates something, it's always a problem before he created. So every specific problem in the earth is evidence that you've been placed here on assignment to fulfill that problem. Because that's just like with anything, the thing that we made up, that we talked about the last time, that when it comes to a creator creating a problem, there's a problem first, and then he purposed an answer to fix the problem that was there. So everything that's built within that product was built to fix that problem. And you got to look at every product. That means that your physical features, everything about you was made for you to solve what you've been created to solve. And that's why every product has the image of the creator on it. That's why he said when he was creating us, he said, I gave you my image and my likeness. It has the name of the creator on the product, so you can do what? Know who to go to when you're having problems with this product. When it breaks down. And also has a owner manual on how this product should function. It got everything they need to do for the owner manual is for the protection of what? The product. Just like these scriptures is for the protection of us. So it's important to understand the owner manual, but a lot of times we try to fix our problem just like most men do. I'm a living witness that we'll get something supposed to put it together, and I throw the I look at the picture and say, you know what? I just put this together and boom, 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 bang. And before you know, you got all of it together, but then you got some stuff left over. But what we try to do, we go to everybody else rather than the creator of the product. So let's go to Psalms chapter 8 real quick. And let's read that. If anybody get it first, they can go ahead and read. 8 and 1.
Psalms chapter 8, verse 1. To the chief musician upon Gittith, a psalm of David. O Most High, our Master, how excellent is thy name in all the earth. Who has set thy glory above the heavens. Out of the mouth of babes and suckling hast thou ordained strength because of thy enemies, that thou mightest steal the enemy and the avenger. Continue.
Yeah.
When I consider thy heavens, the work of thy fingers, the moon and the stars, which thou hast ordained.
So everything have an ordination. He ain't just created nothing just by nothing. Everything have a purpose and have an ordination of what it's supposed to be doing. As it's connected to the creator. The only creation that the Most High have a problem with is who? Us. The sun doing what it's purpose to do. The moon doing what it's purpose to do. The stars don't get mad at the sun and say, you get all this the shine throughout the day.
Right.
The trees doing what they're supposed to do. Even though we might cut them down and get them out the way. They doing everything in creation is doing what it's been designed to do, but who? Because we think we smarter than the creator. We got to a level we can say that there's no creator. That's real dumb now. That's what scripture say. The fool have said in his heart that there is no Elohim. Because you can't have a creation without a creator. So by us being creator, give us evidence that it must be a creator. Because what? You have creation. Keep reading.
What is man that thou art mindful of him?
What is man? Watch your position now.
And the son of man that thou visitest him. So that
why would he say that? Why would he say, what is man? That I are mindful of him. And the son of man that thou visited him. Now, don't get deep. Don't think on no deep level. Y'all just come on back. What is man that I is mindful? That means somebody's mind is full of man. What does that mean? As in regard to the creator. There's no wrong answer. Come on, talk back to me. Y'all talk back to me. Ain't no wrong answer.
He's always thinking about us.
Can you imagine the Most High in his fullness? I'm going to get to you, Sister Mona. In his fullness, in the full essence of he got so much to think about. So much going on in the world. So many problems that he's so affectionate with us that he'll consider your situation. Think about that. Think about how mindful he is. Is our mind full of him, though?
Just full of song.
But
I think about sometimes about how, as a man, how much I care and love my children.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell my children, I've told them that they have no idea of the true depths of the love that I have for them, to the core. And so imagine how much more so our Creator has that for us. That we are we're always on his mind.
Mm-hmm.
He always wants what is best for us. He just wants us to be obedient.
That's right. That's right. Go ahead, Sister Mona.
What is man that you are mindful of him? Why do you respect men more than Abba? Why do we trust in them more than we trust in him? What is man that we are mindful of them? Why do we idolize man?
That's a good point. That's a good point. That's a problem. That's a problem. A lot of times, we will idolize man rather than the Most High.
Yeah.
That's all right to have love and respect for man. Some people you can put on a pedestal and you get hurt when they do something contrary to what they've been saying.
But they just human, just like you.
Exactly. But it should be no man on earth that we idolize. The only one that we should give perfect worship and understanding to is the Most High. All right. Somebody else had their hand up? You had your hand up, brother. Go ahead.
Okay, I find it interesting that we started out with he knew the end for the beginning, and to have all that he created up until another man, and constantly in his mind, what is it for me to waking moments, be mindful of all that, he delivers unto me. Like we're missing, the relationship if we don't see him.
That's right.
That to look for that presentation. He has us exactly what we're supposed to do. We keep looking to the left to, what's going on over here, or looking to the right with what's going on over there. When man as a whole, as a single organism, the body of Hamashiach, so to speak, it has different members.
Exactly.
Each part has a different role and a different aspect of getting to that role, and a different method of being instructed and guided. And so as we continue to go back and forth and round, we're missing to be full in our minds the portion that we're that being said, may I step in regards to, well, it's actually a close one, but in regards to ordained, because it's,
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
so
Hey, just speak up so they can have you on the so they can hear you on the microphone,
we'll do
on the video.
Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 3, to read again. When I considered your head,
That's Psalms chapter 8, verse 3, just for the people online.
when I consider your heaven, the work of your fingers, the moon, the stars, which you have ordained. Now we can go into the etymology of ordained, but we're just gonna say, assume that if I hear the word ordained again, then I'll just go with it as the same thing, right? So in Sirach or Ecclesiasticus, which is, an extra biblical text for those who may only subscribe to certain things, chapter 7, verse 15 reads, hate not laborers' work, neither husbandry, which Elohim is what's here, but Elohim has ordained. So when you speak on what does that mean to me as a husband, and I'm speaking of a man of husbandry.
Yeah, husbandry.
I go to the beginning when we talk about what are commandments. What was the purpose of man placed in the garden if not to dress and keep?
Exactly. That's good. That's good.
Labor.
That's good.
And whatever means he calls you to that labor.
That's right.
You have to seek that understanding, seek that mindfulness.
The original purpose.
Was, breaking down. You're hot over here, your passion's here. Because that's what you're ordained. That's what you're called. And we have to be mindful of that.
That's good. That's right. That's the whole purpose. Exactly. Solidifying what we're talking about as far as understanding what you've been ordained to do, your specific time, assignment, and role. We ready to move on, or somebody else want to add? All right, let's keep going. Verse 5.
What is man that thou art mindful of him? And the Son of Man that thou visitest him. For thou hast made him a little lower than the angels, and hast crowned him with glory and honor. Thou madest him to have dominion over the works of thy hand.
Over what?
The works of thy hand.
The over what?
The works of thy hand.
The works of his hand. We have been created, and that's on all levels, to have dominion over the works of his hand. So the works of his hands can be things that are natural, things that come from the earth that's been created. We're supposed to have dominion over those things. Everything or every creativity, even the work of this awakening, that he has been given dominion. Now we've been entrusted. Let me say this. We've been entrusted with his work. I'm going to say that again. I want y'all to feel that. Because a lot of times we distance ourselves. And if we have, we say, well, this brother, he doing a good job. The brother Morris doing a good job with Rebirth, man. All right, they're doing all right. They're going all around the states and stuff like that. That's good. But what's your dominion? What are you supposed to be doing with it? It ain't for you to just sit here and just get fed off the word. What you gonna apply? What's your work? What you bringing? You see what I'm saying? That you're supposed to have dominion over. What's the work of the man? That we're supposed to be giving young men what? Manhood. Having them understand what the original purpose of a man, what he was supposed to do. What's the work of a woman? There's so much work out there for the women. Okay, none of y'all say we ain't got nothing to do with our supposed. Man, look. There's so much work out there. Look at these young women out here now, thinking that their body is what it takes to attract the man. Think about wearing short panties outside rather than going to the store, is what it is. You see what I'm saying? It's so much work that we're supposed to be doing that when everything is doing what it's been ordained to do, then we will have a flow. But let me show you something. Because everything been given a specific order. The way that you know something is out of order is pain. Hear me. Pain is a messenger to let you understand something out of order. Think about your body. How do you know that something is going wrong? Right? You get a symptom. Something out of line. The order messed up. So what? Now you got to identify what it is. Or, some just say, well, I just go get a pill and I'll be good. Then you're creating more disorders. So it's important to understand, because what's going to be one or two ways. The Most High, he's going to either we're going to learn from observation. If he don't get you that way, because he always give you a chance before he send pain. I'm going to say that again. The Creator always warn you. We just ain't listening. He speaks all the time, but we don't know how to silence our surroundings to hear him. And when he's speaking and we ignore, then pain has to happen. Because when pain happens, it gets our attention. And then what we do, we end up crying, Father,
Why you doing it?
Why you doing it to me? I'm sorry. I done did all I can. I done did all I'm supposed to be doing. But you ain't do what he first told you to do. All right, you right, sis? You okay?
Come on, I got it.
So that's what we have to pay attention to. Because sometimes our purpose can be connected to another person that they was only in your life for a moment for you to give them something or them to give you something. But you made this person a lifelong friend.
Talk about
But you only had an assignment. It was seasonal from the Most High.
Yeah.
But we trying to hold on to them because we insecure ourselves and end up getting hurt. And the Most High gonna have to have a split happen. I've been told you the time was up with that. So now I got to hurt you. And it's who? Your own fault. Some of them got into relationships with somebody we were just supposed to assignment for a while. I got to get you to one place or another, but you done went and married them. Oh, God!
Just kick me on the back. Kick me on the back.
But it happens. It happens. That we was, we the guy that made a boyfriend, girlfriend. Like, no, that wasn't supposed to be your boyfriend. That wasn't supposed to be your girlfriend. You had an assignment because you have a gift that's in you. When you have a gift of healing, you are healing. You ain't just don't possess a gift of it. So when you go around people, that's why some people can just begin to tell you their most intimate things because the gifting came into the room. So now everywhere I go, I'm going on assignment because I understand what my gift is. Some of us gift is encouragement. Some of us are great encouragers that have been destined and put here to bring people encouragement at different times. Because I know I don't have the gift of encouragement. I'm encouragement itself. So when you're around me and see what I'm doing, you're encouraged. You see what I'm saying? Anybody want to add to that before we move on? Just helping you. So understand. That's why it's important to pay attention to your life to see if you're going in the same cycle. Because the Most High, He sends cycles for you to learn. He sends you through different phases, not for you to get attached to the phase, but for you to go through the phase, for what the phase will produce in you. I'm going to say that again. He deal with us in phases, not for you to get attached to the phase, but for you to go through the phase. How do you know a person that got attached to a phase? Because they still holding on to something that happened to them 20 years ago. And they got attached to that moment. They got attached to that relationship, got attached to whatever that is. And they can't let that go. Instead of realizing I was supposed to learn something there, I learned what I need to learn. Now it's time to keep trucking and moving on, because I don't know who I'm going to connect with later that's going to need the wisdom that I done got out of this situation. Because I don't believe that mistakes happen. We make mistakes, but it can be ordained for us to learn the wisdom in that so we can do help another nation of people that's coming, or not nation, but generation of people that's going to face that same thing. But are you going to be quiet on that because you've been through a painful situation on that now? Or that's a better word. Or you embarrassed about it? So pay attention to your pain, because your pain will let you know that something is out of order. And it's important for you to get everything back in order to what it was created and designed to do. We making sense? All right. Let's go to Deuteronomy. We understanding? Because this message, the message this week and last week, is for you to reevaluate what you are doing in your life or with your life, because you was given life to be a steward over it. You understand what I'm saying? That's the reason that you was given life, to be for stewardship. And you're going to have to give account to what you did with the life that He gave you. If He breathed life in you, what are you doing with that life? Are you continuously destroying it, making mistakes out of emotions, making all your decisions out of emotions? Because your emotions change like day and night. One day you'll feel like a nut, the next day you won't. Mm-hmm. But if you're making an emotion off that decision of how you feel in that moment, you don't realize that I done created a trend. I've been consistent at being inconsistent. I've been consistent at making bad decisions. Then what? I create a legacy of generations. Because the things you do today would affect your legacy. So that's why I always say you have to make decisions based off legacy and not for the moment. We understanding that? Let's go to Deuteronomy. All this is to push us in purpose and have us understand that we was created to solve a problem. Because what we don't want to be, and that's what I see how the Hebrew world is, Deuteronomy chapter 7. What I see the Hebrew world is, chapter 7. We busy, but we ain't effective. We making a whole lot of motion. Ain't making no progress. Hear me talking. We busy, but we ain't effective. How effective are you being? What kind of progress are you making? Because one thing I heard one of the people say, that was it was a guy, I think it was a Christian guy that was debating Hebrew. Oh, the guy that did the video about coming against our faith because of the camps. One thing that rung a bell in my ear that stayed continuously ringing. One thing he said in that video that it is true, and hopefully we're making progress to move past that. He said one thing by the so-called American Israelite, you can leave them where they are. They'll self-destruct because they spend so much time arguing amongst themselves that you don't have to worry about progression with them. Like them doing nothing. When he said it, I was like, thinking about that. They are self-destruct over there because they can't make what? Progress. Because they spend their time what? Fussing with themselves. That and opinions. We got $1.3 trillion that we use as consumers that go through our hand. Being 13% of this nation. I ain't say billion, $1 trillion. But we marching and hollering. We marching. Talk about we won't change and hollering. With $1.3 trillion just on consumer products. Ain't nothing staying in our community. Nothing. We don't think ourselves first at all. We don't think Israel first. We just whatever. And it show you the power that we have. One movie. One sweet potato pie. This thing about to be is already breaking records. $1 billion and some dollars about to be. Based off us going to see the movie. And us having hype about it.
Black Panther.
But we'll go and do that and come back and holler and march by change. But don't put resources or nothing together. All right, so let's look at this. Let's look at our purpose as a nation. Deuteronomy 7, starting at verse 6. All right, somebody read that for me.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Brother excited to read them scriptures. What it say?
Thou art an holy people.
Wait a minute. Thou what?
Holy.
Wait a minute.
Holy people.
What holy mean? Separated, set apart, a cut above. That's what the scripture said. Now we'll see that like, yeah, we holy people. Let me see you in your operation that you operate like a cut above. Do you think like everybody else think? You see what I'm saying? This is the operation that we're supposed to operate through a chosen, perfected mentality. So what? We don't do things like everybody else because we're supposed to be what? An example. Come back to your life. If the Most High, and this I like self-evaluation. If the Most High, when Daniel prayed, Gabriel came down. He said, I heard you the first day you prayed. What did he say? He said, your life. You was going to say it. Your life came up before him. So your prayers was based off your life coming up before the Creator.
You saw that first.
He see. Say it again, brother.
You saw that.
He saw that first and was willing to answer based off what?
The life.
The life.
You have to get a prayer.
He could have rejected it from the beginning because what? His life came up. So then we got to look at, whoa, before I be asking all these things.
My life going up?
My life going
I
up.
don't think I'm holy enough.
Yeah. Now we know in the Messiah, you know, we have righteousness in him. We have forgiveness in him. Right? But that don't negate our life coming up before him.
Right, yeah.
Now, all the way up until now, our life decision could have been terrible. But once you make a calculated determination to say, you know what, starting today, because I can't change my destination overnight, but I can change my direction. That would eventually change my destination. And so, you know what, I'm finna make this thing right because I want y'all to be pleased when he see my life coming up before him. That'll make you sit down on some of them ideas at first. Like, whoa, okay. All right, life, get together. We work it out. and once you get that attitude, because that's all the Most High want to do is get your attention. He don't want you to gloss over mistakes. Let me say this. Like I said, I'm just flowing from my heart. Let me tell you what I learned to do. When I fail or messed up, one thing about Hasatan, he's very patient. He is extremely patient. You might think he ain't, but he is. All he got to do is say, I want to get him from right here to out that door. It might take me 10 years to inch him here, inch by inch. He keep inching. Before you know it, he out that door. I done accomplished what I done accomplished. But what we don't do, when we get out that door and feel that pain for being out of order, we come back crying and say, oh, God, that happened to me. No, it's good. Thank you for saving me. I'm all right now. And then we keep going. We didn't turn back and see, let's look at these inches, these steps. How did I get here?
Right.
Let me get back on the camera. How did I get to this point? Because what? I don't want, a lot of times we'll have the same cycles happening then again, like same cycle after cycle after cycle. And the Most High say, you ain't graduating until you get out of that cycle. Okay, you gonna die there? I'll let you die right there.
Just like in the movie.
Just like, there you go. 40 years, the same cycle.
You said it's like your car is a fall.
Yeah, because you're not gonna overstep my learning process for your life. And if I got to move you out the way to give it to your child, I will. Yeah. Because he did that. He moved that whole generation, killed them all, and let the babies into the promised land.
Yep.
Playing around. That's why, man, you Most High ain't nothing to play with.
So most all you can see it.
You get it. You gonna look at it, but that's it. Yeah, Dan, brother. Go ahead.
Last night, I watched a show called The Push.
Mm-hmm.
I don't usually watch. Anyway, the whole purpose of the show was to convince one person to commit murder.
Mm-hmm.
This is they set it up to where they had 70 actors, 70 plus actors. They put the man in a situation. He's just a regular person. They put him in a situation where they, like you were saying, they edge inch by inch to get you to do something that you don't want to do. Then they get you to do something else that you don't want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Dude consistently complied to what people were telling him to do, even though it was against what he wanted. You could tell that he was feeling some kind of way. Like they had him dressed not as nice as everybody else, so he could feel like he was lower than everybody else in a social status.
Mm-hmm.
So they brought in a guy that was supposed to be a millionaire, and another dude that was talking to him. So it's the regular dude and two actors, millionaire and some other guy. Anyway, long story short, they had him carrying his bags, walking around like kind of like a do-boy. But they manipulated him to the point where they were trying to get him to push the man off the legs. And they ran, it's an experiment. They ran that experiment on 4 people. 3 of those 4 people pushed that man off the edge.
Wow.
being manipulated inch by inch, like you were saying. And the Most High was talking me through it. You're like, yo, you see how one choice, it only takes one choice. And you don't always have to be conscious that you are making.
That's real. Choice. That's real now. That's real, bro.
I made a choice about a long time ago that I should not have made. And just like with the dude, he was pushed. These people are being pushed. Subtly. That's the thing that we gotta pay attention to. The enemy ain't gonna walk up and say, "Hey, Robert, go kill somebody. Go ahead." Because instantly I'm gonna refuse.
Exactly.
But if he can walk me through certain steps, unbeknownst to you,
because you ain't paying attention.
Yeah, he's trying to get you there. He's trying to get me to sin. He's trying to get you to sin. He always trying to get us to turn our back on the Most High in the smallest.
In the smallest way, yeah.
And as soon as I make, the scripture says there's presumptuous sins and sins of ignorance. I assume, or I presume that the Most High understand that I need to do this. Even though there's no permission given for me to do it.
I got you.
So my presumptuous sin slowly but surely walks me to a place where I'm totally in sin and I'm totally rejected. What you say to me? I didn't do it.
No, you good. You adding.
What's our weapons for that? He says we have to renew our mind daily. He also tells us that when those thoughts start to come, we have to be quick with the readiness to pull the thoughts down.
That's right.
And so one of the things I tell the young ladies, if it comes up here, then you're already in your flesh because he's supposed to be under your feet.
That's right.
He's in your ear because the Father knows that. That's all he has to get is it up here. Because once we get sit, we start thinking about it, and we ponder, and now we manifested it, and then we sit now becomes, right? And so one of the things that we have to remember, he said, you know what, daily we have to renew ourselves in him. Daily we have to meditate on his word. So the Father knows that he's going to try to play up here.
Yeah.
He knows he's going to try to play up here. So that's the application of the word, is how we protect ourselves so that he can't inch us away. And then at nighttime, he said, don't let the sun go down on your anger. A lot of people think that that's just about married couples. No, you should be reflecting every night because you don't know if you're guaranteed in the morning.
That's right. That's exactly right. So go back to you got to remember that Hasatan is not omnipresent, so he can't be everywhere at the same time. So he's an opportunist. When you realize he's an opportunist, you know that something has to be happening for him to start flooding your mind. Because you have days you're going and you good, but when there's an offense, something happened, misunderstanding, misdirection, you flood your mind with thought. You think that's you thinking. That's why you ain't rejecting it. He just flooding your mind. Oh, why she looked at me like that? Yeah. Or why he said that to me like that? Or why he a stickler like that? Or why she a stickler like that? Or why he think he know it all? Or why he got to be the teacher? Or why he wearing red today?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? All those stuff come when an offense comes. Then you got to know what's happening. This is gonna happen now. Okay, my thought. You got to know when I'm fighting offense, when I'm upset by something, it's gonna happen. What's going to happen? A flood of thoughts, negative thoughts, is going to come to my mind and give me and influence me to make a decision, influence me to say something. It happens like clockwork. When everything is going good, you ain't get no negative thoughts. You think, yeah, good, today just awesome. But when something happens, but the problem is, you think it's you. It ain't thinking that. When you are in control to be able to accept or reject it, once you accept it, that's the power of accepting and not accepting, but agreement. Once you agree with something, you give it power to manifest. Hear what I'm saying? Once you agree with something, you give it power to manifest. What did the scripture say about Eve in the garden? It says when she saw that the tree was good to eat and be one to be make her wise. What you mean when she saw? She could always see. But when she perceived, that means that she agreed and bit of it, then what? It gave the power of the consequences to happen. Especially when she got her husband to agree. That makes sense? So the battlefield goes on up here. That's why the scripture says you got to be ready to take what? Every thought into what? Captivity. And be able to what?
Bring it under subjection.
Bring it under subjection. And be able to revenge your disobedience through obedience. You can take revenge on a bad decision by being obedient. Now, it might be painful going through the consequences of this bad decision, but I can what? Avenge this. Because what? I ain't blaming this on nobody. I made this decision. That's what we got to do. We got to quit blaming folks. You know, it's me. I'm the one crazy.
Right here.
That's a good point.
Right.
Yeah, I'm the one crazy. I'm the one that allowed this to happen. This ain't nothing happened in my life without me agreeing to it.
That's right.
So now, Most High, it's time for repentance. Because what? First, I got to identify the problem. Identify I made a wrong decision. Number one, I ain't got nothing to do with nobody did to me. I made a bad decision. Once I identify what the decision I made, then I got to admit that I was wrong. I don't care if I was done wrong. I was wrong because what I didn't acknowledge him. So I'm admitting that I was wrong. Now, when I say repentance can happen, now I finna do everything that within my power to get this straight with the Most High. I ain't finna deal with the situation yet. I'm gonna get this straight here. So this is my vertical with the Most High before I get down to my horizontal with my fellow man. That makes sense? First 4 commandments is vertical. The next 6 is horizontal. You don't deal with the 6 before you deal with the 4. Then the 6 can be taken care of. That makes sense?
Yeah.
All right, we finna get ready. Ooh, we went over. Oh yeah, we did. Let me do this last point. Last few points, and then we're gonna close out. Know this now. I'm gonna say this real quick. Whenever you decide you better do something, know all hell finna break loose to get you to give up on that decision. Know you finna fight. Understand it. When I made my mind up, oh, we finna do this finna happen. Okay. This is why, even with this, what I'm doing, I always, every now and then, you'll see me do a teaching on relationship amongst each other, not just marriage, but amongst each other. So we're going to get excited. Oh, yeah, we finna do a whole lot. Don't make that face, baby. That's there. We finna do a whole lot. We finna get together. Don't realize, misunderstandings happen. I can't say, well, let me tell you this. You got to get out of saying, I know that brother and I know that sister. No, you don't. You know us based off us coming here together. But you don't know. I can't say, I always tell somebody, I know you, but I don't know you now.
Right.
Well, you might do something crazy. Ain't gonna have me talking about, I ain't know that brother had that in him. Yeah, I didn't know. But as I getting to know you and learning what you desire, learning what you don't desire, then I can base our relationship off that. That makes sense. But your assignment will always have an enemy.
Your assignment will always.
They would always have an enemy. And you will always have some type of resistance to what you're trying to do. The resistance isn't there to destroy you, but the resistance is there to have you learn and have you develop. Because even you take the natural, when you're lifting weights and working out, the more resistance you have, the more your body builds. I can't go to the gym and I'm starting off bench press. I might I'll put a 45 on each side. 6 months down the line, I can't be still doing that 45 because ain't no resistance. I'm just throwing it out. Next thing I know, I'm gonna add another plate to it. Because what? I done went to another level. So I need more resistance that makes me stronger. Because each level you get to, you have a greater enemy. And what is that enemy supposed to do? It's supposed to perfect you. Perfect your thinking, perfect your attitude, perfect everything about you. You're the only one that can give up on your assignment because it's been preordained to happen. Like you said, I'm the God that does what? I establish the end before the beginning. So the very fact that you started is evidence that you will finish. If you don't what? Give up. And everything gonna come at your face. Everything gonna come at your face to get you what? To give up on what you originally said you can do. And that's why you'll see people making more and more decisions, more new decisions. I'm gonna do this. How about you go manage that last decision you say you was gonna make? Go do that. Because we major in decision making rather than decision management. I ain't getting off this till I see what the Most High says. I see it develop. So understand that instead of reading all that, I just say this. All hell gonna break through. You're gonna have some challenges. We like to just be like, I done arrived. We like to celebrate. You gonna celebrate? Okay. You celebrate, but don't realize that the war ain't over. You won a battle. And it's good to celebrate for a little while, but keep your eyes up. Because most stuff gonna come. Not for you to take offense with a brother or sister, but you to develop. Because there's something within your character that's flawed. And I don't care what door open for you. If you don't fix them flaws, you'll get into doors that your character will keep you out of. Your gift will get you in that door, but that character will put you right back. Because what? You've been put in a place that you ain't been developing the thing that you in control of developing. You are in control of developing your character. That's you. You can't look at the Most High and say, why my character ain't grown? You may be like You understand what I'm saying? That's you to work on that, develop on that. You see what I'm saying? Last thing we'll talk about success, and then we'll end it on that. Is this helping you? Yeah. All right. Let's look at what is true success.
Getting up after failure, continuing.
Okay, getting up out of failure and continue. Realizing that you don't fail, there's just opportunities to grow.
Dying righteously.
Dying righteously. Dying in purpose or dying righteously is what?
Success. Yes, sir. You know my stance on that. Right. Go to sleep, wake up looking at the fire.
I'm sorry, y'all. Man, Scott got an inside thing about that. It took me off guard.
That's the third time he said something about dying righteously.
It ain't a lie.
We ain't gonna don't tell him yet. Yeah, let's keep going. Go ahead, bro.
Success to me is accomplishing your purpose.
Accomplishing your purpose. Say it again.
Touching another life in a positive way.
Touching another life in a positive way. Success. Go ahead, Sis Mom.
Being led by the Spirit.
Say it again.
Being led by the Spirit of Yahuwah.
Being led by the Ruach of Yahuwah, or the Spirit of Yahuwah, is success. That's right. So, everything what y'all saying, that success is fulfillment of your original purpose in life. And your original purpose can be healing people, dying righteously, doing what you have been called to do here on earth. Because if I have a car outside and the car is beautiful, it's gorgeous, it's everything with all the features and the skedaddles and everything that you desire in that car, but it can't drive. Transmission tore up, everything tore up internally. Will that car fulfill its purpose? Don't matter how beautiful it is, but its purpose is to drive. And then I got a Humpty Dumpty over there, a Pinto, and it's shooting out. But that joker drive. Which one fulfill its purpose?
Pinto.
The Pinto, because the original design or mind of the creator, the problem that it was created to solve, it solved. So that's why we can't put so much emphasis on looking beautiful to us, rather than internally, where are you? And are you fulfilling your purpose? So let's give you some keys to success. The key to success is not to seek success. Because that's when you get pride and I'm bishop or the chief bishop and apostolic. Well, we come up with some stuff.
Dr. Bishop Apostle.
We come up with some names. Oh my God, we do too much. We do too much. But the key is to success. Like, this is a jewel. This is a jewel. Y'all pay attention. The key to success is not to pursue success, but it is to become a person of value. Become valuable in your purpose, then success will seek you. When you become valuable, because watch this, you continuously become what you continuously hear and what you continuously see. Write that down.
That's right.
You will become the sums of what you put in front of your eyes and what you put into your ear. You will become that. You see what I'm saying?
That's true.
So that's why it's important to guide what I look at and guide what I hear. Because what I'm becoming valuable for my purpose. Think about things that are valuable. You become valuable when you develop, refine, and serve your gift to the world. You become valuable by becoming unique, by becoming significant, and by becoming rare. You done added so much value to your area, your field of dominion. Whatever your field of dominion is, you become so valuable in that you become rare. And people seek out what? Rare things from all over. Because what? I spent that time, I'm becoming a master in this field. Continuously pouring in my mind. Continuously pouring in my ear because I want to become an effective person in this area. Yeah, you ain't got to go out and try to promote yourself. Folks will find out about you. Because why? You spent that time becoming valuable. Becoming effective. You ain't just watching TV all day. The have and have-nots. Power. What's other empire? I ain't got time for that. I got to become valuable. I got to put something in my ear. You get so engulfed or consumed with what the Most High put in you that is all you want to hear. And then that'll make you choose your friends. Because anybody around you that's killing what you pregnant with, it'll separate you from them. Because what? I got a baby I'm working on. And what? The vision, the purpose separates us. That's why I can't let nothing harm this baby that's within me spiritually. Because what? I'm becoming valuable in my area of dominion. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And things are happening. And just to give you a testimony, like I said, I never say anything to boast or brag. I'm just giving you my testimony. My wife will tell you, I spent time trying to become valuable. Because I didn't want to be a minister. I want to be an effective minister. I wanted to put something in you. You see what I'm saying? So I would spend that time. And one of the main ways sometimes we get away from prayer, intimacy with the Father so he can put something in you. Because what's one thing my father told me? Every time you go before him, he instills something in your spirit. You might can't feel it, but you'll know it's there because when you are faced with something, it'll rise up in you. You realize how well I got through this. Why? Because those times I've been spending time with him. That he dropping ideas on me and all these type of things. So I spend those times with him and preparing on. I always call the people that been on the back side of the mountain just preparing and put things in the ear. I got to the point I'm just getting in my car. I ain't listening to nothing but stuff according to my purpose. That's all I want to hear. I'm going to sleep with the scriptures playing because I want that in my spirit. I'm allowing that to play in my house while I'm gone because I want my house to be saturated with the scripture, saturated with the Ruach. Because all that when I know I'm a spiritual being, I'm practicing spiritual principles. When I walk into my home, those things overtake me even though I can't feel it.
Yeah.
Because what is building something in me. Because I'm creating that atmosphere, what? For his presence. And when his presence is consistently around you, that's what he said, you have good success. But by us preparing, and my wife giving me opportunity to prepare, and we preparing as a family, and all I did was get started on what he told me to do. I ain't worried about nothing else. Just get started. Don't try to figure it out. It ain't your job to figure it out. He showed you the end. Abraham went what? Not knowing. Just take that step. And all you got to do is keep walking. I'm going to handle everything else. I'm going to take you in the wilderness now. In the wilderness, it's going to be crazy. You're going to have all kind of stuff happening. You're going to hear lions, tigers, and bears growling at you, barking at you. But just keep doing this right here. Keep walking. Put your walking shoes on. No matter what. The only way that you can miss your end goal if you give up. So I got to the point where I just said, because I didn't realize that this was going to cause this type of tension. I'm looking like, what in the world is going on? Everybody that was ever close to me looking at me crazy now.
So you faced a lot of that.
Bruh.
That's a fun thing, isn't it?
Bruh. That is it. Ain't. Hold on a minute. Shalom, family. I love y'all. I gotta get off this.